David, I feel like you're going to be racing in London kind of forever, to be honest. You're kind of such a regular now around these streets. Winner here today, just a few weeks after the Paralympics, of course. Firstly, how was that today?
Yeah, it was good. It was nice that we started at 10 o'clock nearly, because at 8 o'clock this morning it was absolutely chucking it down. And it was quite warm as well, and it's a good course, and yeah, I was quite happy with my performance today.
And, the feeling of being around the streets of London, the atmosphere, the crowds, you're never ever going to get tired of this, are you? Ever?
No, never. And there was a lot of good people out today supporting us. We go off first, so sometimes it can be not as busy, but it was good to see so many people out supporting us going through, and always loud, and that's London.
Yeah, and I mean, I don't know how many times you've raced around London now. It must be in the hundreds, to be honest.
It's a few. Yeah, I've lost count, so you guys probably know more than me.
But just on the Paralympics, of course, just a few weeks after Paris, we're just chatting off camera, being able to process that entire experience, and of course the international kind of the track career that's now over. How hard or easy a decision was that generally?
It was quite an easy decision. I sort of made that decision before I went into the games, that I knew this would be my last games and probably my last international. And I think I've done a lot of sacrifices, and my family has taken a lot of sacrifices for me to be away a lot this year to get to Paris. And I just couldn't do any more. So I've done a lot of training camps and training, and I went to Dubai at the beginning of the year to get into the top of the ranking so I could get selected, and I've done that, and I got the second fastest time in the world, and I'm proud of that. So I've done myself proud, but I've just had a really long season, and I could not do that again going into another Paralympic year. It would be mad, and I've got to think of my age, I'm 45, yeah. And I'm happy with the decision. A bit emotional at the end because I knew that would be my last race going through the streets of Paris. And it was quite hard to talk about it at the time, but now I've had 2 weeks of being at home, and it's definitely the right decision. Now I can concentrate on purely on road racing, and that's what I want to do. And doing road racing like this, whether it's the 10K, I like promoting wheelchair racing. If people can see me coming out and doing well, that will inspire the other athletes to come out and do this race next year.
I mean, you've done 25 consecutive London marathons. I mean, that is extraordinary. Then you did the mini marathon, of course, before that. I mean, how long do you think you can go on for on the roads?
I don't know. We'll see. Like I said, it's been a very long season. My body's telling me it's been a long season. So I've got a couple of marathons left. So I've got Berlin next week, and I've got New York in November. So I'll have a bit of time out after that, a couple of weeks, maybe 3 weeks off, just to complete rest, because my body's taken a bashing this year. So I'll see how I feel, and then I know what marathons I want to do next year. But I need just a bit of family time and just a bit of not too much relaxation, because I like to keep sort of training and ticking over a little bit. So I'll have a couple of weeks off and then start building up for the season.
And just finally for me on Paris, I mean, for anyone who didn't watch, are you able to take them through what you did, etc., how that went for you in each of the events?
Yeah, so obviously I had 3 events, 2 on the track, which I knew it would be tough because there's a lot of fast guys out there. I was a bit disappointed with the numbers. I think the numbers were very low for us, especially in the men. I think the 5K could have been a straight final, to be honest, because the numbers were so low. So I think there's something that maybe the WPA and IPC need to look at. It's not because there isn't the numbers around the world, because there is. It's just the qualification standards are maybe difficult, but I think it's the countries are not selecting some of the athletes, and the 54 men, it's harder to get in because the standard is so high. That was the only worry that I had, and only seeing 13 men on the start line for the marathon was quite disappointing. But overall, Paris was amazing. It was a great games. The French have done really well. It was great to see support in all the stadiums from all the different sports. I loved it, and I'm glad it was my last games.
and to go from London to Paris, I mean, two Paralympics, which I think we all know the public got behind in such a big way, and with LA, I know you'll be kind of watching that from the sidelines now coming up, but for para sports, that's massive. But it's also not just about that, it's having those World Championships and making sure that's continued throughout that Paralympic cycle.
Yes, we need guaranteed of World Championships, European Championships and stuff like that, so the guys have got a lot more racing instead of just waiting for the next 4 years. And then actually we get in the public domain as well, because they'll see us on telly and people get used to the new people that are coming through.
Perfect, I'll leave it there, mate.